Hello and welcome. There's a lot we gotta get through, so I'll jump right into it. In the casting of Frank Stone, there are three main timelines, 1963, 1980, and 2024, that often confuse players after they finish the game. Each timeline represents a different universe that is quite similar but contains key differences. For instance, Bonnie survives the events of the mill in the 2024 timeline but dies in the 1980 timeline. Other differences include the poster in Tom's room, which says "lure them in" the prologue and "keep them hooked" in chapter 3. Despite these variances, the timelines interact with each other both directly and indirectly. For example, Christine is teleported into the 2024 universe, linking their worlds in that way, and the tape seen by the 2024 characters originates from the 1980 universe. The most crucial figure in understanding TCOF's multiverse is Sam Green. The Sam we play as in 1963 is actually the 2024 version, not the 1980 version. This is evident for several reasons. For instance, if Maddie and Christine don't reach the theater room, the player controls Linda, who encounters an alternate conversation with Sam. In this conversation, Sam reveals he is not their Sam, but another one, explaining that while the events of his universe were similar, they were not identical. The missing baby in the first chapter is Jaime. This is confirmed for two reasons. If Linda isn't hooked, she finds Frank Stone's hideout in chapter 9, where Frank's journal lists victims by initials, with the final initials being GR for Jaime Rivera. In the alternate Linda scene, Sam mentions having a Bonnie, Christine, Linda, and Jaime, along with Robert. If the baby in the prologue had been thrown into the lava, Sam's list would not include Jaime. If Linda chooses to investigate Sam's diary instead of the pouch and completes every subsequent QuickTime event, she reads a note from Sam's diary during her investigation in the archive. Although Sam snatches it away, he later explains that he joined a group called the Imparati, which opposes the Entity and the Black Veil. According to Sam's dialogue before the boxcar scene, after killing Frank Stone, Sam began researching alternate forms of thought and the multiverse, leading him to join the Imparati. Both versions of Sam are involved in the Imparati, as 2024 Sam is a member and 1980 Sam is aware of what's happening in chapter 13. Before we proceed, Sam's secret ending must be discussed. If Madison/Linda doesn't chase Sam long enough for him to intervene, he simply takes the Horologium and escapes with no trouble. The Horologium is the primary and only known method of multiversal travel in the game. It is used 4 times. First, when Christine is sucked through it. Second, when Ancient Augustine emerges. Third, when Sam uses it. And fourth, in the post-credit scene. The portal opens after a buildup of green soul/multiversal energy, pulling Christine inside. This appears to be an unintended consequence, triggered by a chain reaction in the multiverse due to a lack of interaction with the green energy. Christine experiences foggy memory upon passing through the portal, suggesting that multiversal travel may cause brain damage. Shortly after, an extremely old version of Augustine emerges from the portal. This early appearance of old Augustine may be a result of Madison's actions, and it's implied that Augustine returns to the Horologium to retrieve old Augustine. The reasons for this remain unclear, but it's possible that she intended to use old Augustine as a sacrifice or ally in her dealings with the Entity. Sam's use of the Horologium is significant in understanding his character. It suggests that our Sam might be the first to trigger multiversal chain reactions and has traveled across universes attempting to stop Augustine. Injuries sustained by Sam in the 1963 universe appear identical to those in the 1980 and 2024 universes, indicating that the split in universes could stem from events like the baby's death or Frank Stone's demise. Additionally, Sam's health issues, including apparent brain problems, may result from repeated use of the Horologium, as seen with Christine's condition after a single use. In the post-credit scene, the Horologium's final use hints at the continuation of the cycle. The Augustine we see will invite the 1980s cast to the manor and take their versions of the tape, perpetuating the cycle until Augustine acquires every available version of the tape and possibly gains acceptance from the Entity. Before delving into the cycle, it's important to understand the certainties in the multiverse. Certain events occur in every universe, including Sam killing Frank Stone, the kids making the movie, Augustine giving them the camera, Frank Stone being recorded, and the film strips being separated. Despite these constants, universes have distinct differences. For example, in the 1980 and 2024 universes, Jaime cannot die as a baby, but this is possible in the 1963 universe. Bonnie always dies in the 1980 universe, although she doesn't necessarily die in the 2024 universe. Despite these certainties, variations do exist, as indicated by the Murder Mill screenings and t-shirts, suggesting different settings or casts in alternate universes. Augustine's archive is a mysterious place, with a significant clue being the bulky reels used in movie theaters versus the smaller reels we encounter. This suggests that Augustine has collected reels from every universe where the film was screened, including those where the reels were cut apart. Augustine may have to collect tapes from universes with similar events but different world setups. The cycle describes how different universes feed into each other. In the game's universes, 3 universes directly influence one another. The 1963 Sam attempts to stop Augustine in the 2024 universe, while Frank Stone's capture in the 1980 universe results in his teleportation through the screen. Christine's journey through the Horologium may not always happen, as indicated by Sam's reaction. The cycle is implied to continue with the 80s cast, leading to similar events and perpetuating the cycle until Augustine acquires all versions of the tape and potentially gains the entity's favor. The old Augustine in the post-credit scene might be the oldest version of her, possibly cloning or stealing from alternate universes to continue collecting tapes. The entity may not accept Augustine because she is merely a pawn for a higher power. Perhaps once Augustine completes her plan, the entity will accept the elder Augustine instead. This multiverse concept is compelling as it doesn't suggest infinite universes, but rather branching alternatives with significant differences. It maintains high stakes and intensifies the horror element of the game. The characters are trapped in a cycle of horrific fates with no truly good ending. However, Christine's secret ending hints that there may be a way to break the cycle. If she goes through the portal and stops herself and the others from filming the movie for a short amount of time, then the mill would have been destroyed because it was planned for a demolition, making it so the kids have no reason to ever go back, and therefore do not capture Frank Stone on camera, ending the cycle. And there you have it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below with your theories on the TCOFS multiverse. Thanks for watching, and I'll see ya on the next one.